All right, guys, we're back in the Smoky Mountains. We're in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're gonna hit some trails here with the GT. I'm on the GT. My son Tristan is on the Pint. Yeah, I know we got to get him a better helmet here, get him in an actual skating helmet, but we're getting there. He's actually taking the OneWheel a lot here and having a lot of fun. And so we're gonna hit some pretty steep hills. We'll give you a little bit of video footage of this and show you how good the Pint X and the GT manage the Smoky Mountains here. And last time we did this ride, we found a bear, a black bear. So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see some wildlife again on this trip here. So yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking. We came real close to it. Didn't see it until we were right on top of it, but luckily he didn't bother us and we didn't bother him. So let me get this camera turned around. We'll get some footage of us going up the hill here. See what you guys think. All right, this is the start of the climb on this hill here. Not too bad right here. Beautiful day out. Steep here. Once we get up a little bit higher here, we'll show you down over the edge and show you how much of a drop off this is. I mean, we're just climbing like crazy here, and we'll be able to show you once we get up to the top what the elevation gain was here. Hey bud, do me a favor and stop getting that close to the edge. Making me nervous. Let's see, if I remember correctly, we will go, let's go left here. So let's see here, I'll get up next to Tristan here, show you how close the nose of his board is. So that's, I don't know if that helps you see how steep up we're going up this hill here, but he's only maybe 2 inches off the road with how steep we're going here, and it's getting steeper. Like I said, we have done this ride before, and at no point did we drag the nose, but we came pretty dang close. Like right here is another a little bit even steeper spot. We are in the Smoky Mountains. Must have got some bad weather because I don't remember all this, all the leaves and everything. You know what? Someone mowed the lawn or did something here because all of this grass is cut. I don't know. Yeah. Breeze feels so nice with the shade. But yeah, I gotta say, I've been pretty impressed with the power that these two boards have for getting up these hills. Like I was kind of pretty darn confident that the GT would make it up here no problem, but the Pint X has been powering up like it's nothing too. You know, what do you think, Tristan? You gotta speak up. Can't hear you.
Pint X, it's been doing a lot better It does move a bit slower when you do go up.
Yeah, power wise, I mean, you're still looking at the GT is going to be much more powerful than the Pint X. So if I want to take off up one of these hills, which maybe I will here once we get another steep point here, show you, you know, that this thing still has a lot of acceleration compared to the Pint X. Now the Pint X will just smoothly rise right up. You're going to float up these hills here. So let's see if we can get a look over the edge here. I mean, we are up there. All right, hitting another steep section here. As you can see, the OneWheel Pint X is still powering right up here. We're gonna attempt to find a nice location here for you guys to see the overlook and how high up we end up going. So go straight down that hill there, Tristan. And then look how steep the decline is on this. The braking power on these is pretty good. We've been seeing a good amount of regen on this. We'll go over, once we get back, our total mileage, our total elevation gain and loss, and we'll let you know how much battery is left when we're all done here. I mean, these trails, as you can see, are pretty steep up and down, and we both started our charge at 90%. Because of the regain, we didn't want to hit the overcharge warning on any of this, so we'll let you know what all that is here. I will say, building off one of my last reviews, the stock tire on the GT is getting a little softer. I'm sure something like the Enduro is still probably better, gives you a bit of a softer drive, but it's definitely breaking in. It's not bad. What's funny though, Tristan and I have noticed, and I don't know if it has to do with the fender on the Pint X, the slick tire on that, go right here, Tristan, is actually a little louder than the treaded tire. So the other day when we were up here and we saw the bear, it was actually on this hill. So who knows, maybe we'll see it again if it's up here. But trying to think, I don't know if this is that much of a steep incline here, so probably go a little bit further here. If it doesn't get too steep, we'll pause the video until we hit another steep section here. But as you can see, it's such a beautiful ride in this area. If you ever get the chance to ride the Smoky Mountains here, you should definitely do it. It's gorgeous. Alright, so right here is where we found a bear. So we're at the end of one of these points here. So Tristan, how far have we gone so far?
We've gone up 761 feet.
And how many miles?
And we've gone 4.6 so far.
So we're going to take you up this one little drive here so that we can turn around and show you the amazing view up here. And this still isn't the furthest point up that we have been. But this driveway here is pretty steep too. Might even tail drag on this one. We'll take you up, we'll give you an awesome view. Once we turn around here, I'll keep going up here. We'll turn around to this house, come back down. The view is just amazing. spot. Let's get turned around here. There you go. Look at this view. That is so beautiful here. Look it out there, Tristan. I don't know if this video really can show you how amazing this is here, but you get the chance to ride one of these boards in this area, you need to do it. And these two boards have the power to handle it. Let's power up this thing. And then once we get to the top, we'll check out our incline total again here, our elevation gain. So you can probably see how steep this is. I'm gonna see if I can power up it without dragging my nose here while I'm on video.
Close to touching.
Yeah. But you can see I'm still speeding up it pretty fast. We're getting a little flatter section right here. Let's see if we can get a video of Tristan's nose on the Pint X here. So hopefully you guys bear with us with this video too, because this is all being recorded on an iPhone 13.
Get it? Bear with us.
Tristan may have just hit halfway on his battery. We'll have to check once we get up here a little higher.
Half battery.
I think if I remember correctly, we got a kind of a spot we can look out over the mountains coming up here. Yep, right here. Ooh. Yeah, I got I don't know if I'm overheating or what here, but my board just gave me it rose up and still hear the motor. We might be overheating here, so hopefully the hill didn't beat us here.
Yeah, it's flashing yellow.
Let's take a look. All right, guys. Not really sure what's going on here with the board. As you should have seen from the previous clip, the board went yellow. It leaned back and stopped me from going any further. I'm assuming it overheated, even though I didn't get a warning on the app, because the hub is warm, very hot actually, and it's not that hot of a day. And we did ride this trail before and had zero issues with either board. My son's hub is pretty warm too, but he has no issues either. Now, the other weird thing is we're at roughly a 1,500 foot elevation increase from when we started our ride, and both boards are saying we're about 50% battery with only a 3-mile range left, which it didn't tell us that last time either. And I don't know if you noticed from the previous clip that when it stopped me, it still almost sounded like the board was running. There was kind of like that grinding motor sound, like when the thing's engaged. So we turned it off, turned it back on. It seems fine. It's still pretty hot in the hub, so I'm not going to push the luck. We're actually sitting here in the shade for a little bit. I'm going to let it cool down some, because I'm thinking that's probably what happened, is it overheated, even though it's not giving me an overheat warning on the app. So I'll turn it around here. I'll show you where the heat is actually coming from, and I'll give you one more view, because at least for this to be happening, we stopped at a spot where we have an awesome lookout. So let me flip this camera around, and we will all right, so this part, I mean, it's warm, but I wouldn't keep my finger on there for a prolonged period of time. It's still pretty dang hot, the entire hub. But what's really hot is down here in the main shaft, I guess you could say. Like, I don't want to keep my finger on there, so we're gonna let that cool off, chill out here for a little bit, give you another quick look at the view here, and that'll probably be it for my recording for right now, because we're at one of the highest points. We may just turn around and start to head back, just to make sure we make it all the way back without any issues. But once we get to the bottom here, we'll do another quick video, give you an update on how the rest of the ride went, and you know, let you know the battery stats and everything else, assuming everything goes good. And one way or another, you'll hear from us, and we'll let you know how it went. All right, so we're making our way back downhill here. Everything seems fine. Trying to stay in the shade. We got a nice breeze coming through, so hopefully that'll help keep the engine cool. I honestly don't know what causes greater heat for these things, is the regenerative braking going downhill or utilizing the engine to come uphill. Now, that section there, I was pushing the speed a little bit up this pretty steep hill. Maybe that's what causes it to overheat, and being in the sun, even though it really doesn't feel that hot out. Not really sure here. Now, the battery level is still at 50. Now it's at 51% because we're going downhill and we're regenning. However, the mileage went from 3 miles on the app to 32, which doesn't make sense either, because that's almost as if you have a full battery of charge. But maybe that's because since I turned it back on, all we've been doing is coming downhill, so we're not really using any of the battery. I don't know. But even still, at 50%, you shouldn't be starting off at 32 miles. So not really sure what that's about. So I don't know if we want to consider this a fail on this ride or what. We'll let you guys decide. So comment below if you know what the issue is. I'm almost positive it's overheating, but if you guys have any comments that could help us out, figure out what the issue was there, please let us know below. I hope you guys like this video. As you can see, where that steep, he just tail dragged there a little bit, if you heard that. The Pint X, no issues. He was pushing up that hill pretty fast. Now his board, if you touch the hub, because he checked his out too, got pretty dang hot too. He might have been right about there too, of the overheating. I'll also say I didn't hear it. Hopefully I got it on video, or I did hear it, let's say, but I didn't pay attention to it. I do believe there was a safety beep, and it did rise the nose up slowly. So I do appreciate the pushback it did, so it didn't just dump me. I'm gonna stop here. I gotta look at the map and figure out which road we gotta take here, and we'll be back with you once we hit the bottom. And so far so good now that we restarted it up. All right, talk to you again soon. Hey guys, we made it back to the cabin. No further issues, no overheating, didn't shut down on us. So we just checked his app. He restarted his ride throughout, so he doesn't have full details on everything on the GT. But surprisingly, we noticed the other day when we did the same ride and now today, they really are pretty comparable with their battery usage and what's left in them and how far it's getting on these big hills. We're not really far off from one another. I don't know if that's because the GT's heavier, I'm heavier, it's working a bigger engine, but I sent him a text, a screenshot of my ride details, so let's take a look at it here. What we got? We did 8.5 miles full distance, says 42% battery usage. Time ridden is 1 hour and 9 minutes. So we stopped for a little over 15 minutes to let this thing cool down because it says time recorded was 1 hour and 23 minutes. Elevation loss is 1,926 total. Elevation gain is 1,919 total. Average speed wasn't fast, guys. 7.3 miles per hour. Max speed was 13.4. So we weren't going fast even when that thing did shut down on us. So gonna have to keep an eye on that. It's not that hot of a day out. In the shade, it's really cool. In the sun, it's a little warmer, but it's not anything crazy. We're not, you know, like Arizona type heats or something. But you know, you'll have to let us know whether you thought this was a failure on the board or not. I'm not sure. We rode these hills plus further. We probably did a little over 9 miles last ride, I think, with zero issues whatsoever. You know, it was a little bit cooler that day. You know, and unless it shuts off like it does, you're not going to know if there's any issues. I don't know. The Pint X, you didn't...
The Pint was fine, though. Actually, no, it was really fine the whole time. Yeah,
I mean, a little more clearance issues coming back down the hill. He tail dragged a few more times. With the land surf on the front, it gives him a little bit more clearance, so I don't think you really nose dragged at all going up those hills, did you?
I didn't nose drag at all, I think, anyways.
So, yeah, I mean, fun ride. I would still suggest for anyone to do this. And these things are supposed to be built like tanks. So the point is we should be testing these out. We should be doing these kind of rides and pushing these boards to their limits. I'm not going to be your guy to push the speed limit on these things because I don't feel like killing myself. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please like and subscribe because it will help us out. We want to get into doing some more reviews. I know in a previous video I said I'm not going to get a new tire. However, my wife and kids got me the new Float Life Enduro tire. So once that comes in the mail, we'll do a video of the install on that. Hopefully we don't screw anything up on the board. We also have the new front foot pad sensor coming now. We did the recall on that, so once we get that, you know, we'll get that. We'll try doing a video of that installation because I see online a lot of people are screwing up their connectors and having to send these back to Future Motion. So hopefully we can help you guys out with that and successfully accomplish it ourselves. So you got anything?
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
All right, guys, take care.